Winning Your Ex Back, The Ultimate Guide to Rekindling Attraction. Written by Sage P. Narrated by Grace Cecilio. Forward. One of life's most enjoyable experiences is being in a committed relationship. Unfortunately, not all relationships last forever. When one or both partners decide to give it another try, it's important to take the time to read this book before making a decision. Chapter 1. Introduction. Synopsis. The reality you might not want to confront is that winning back your ex may prove to be a challenging task. No matter what led to the breakup, your actions during the reconciliation process will impact your chances of reuniting. Relationships. It takes two people to make a relationship work, but the individuals surrounding you and your partner also play a role in how well the relationship functions. When the relationship ends, these same people will continue to influence the situation. As you consider getting back together with your ex, it's important to take into account not just the people close to you and your ex, but also the various other factors that come into play. Contrary to popular belief, your gender does not determine the ease or difficulty of reconciling with an ex. Understanding the strengths that come with your gender can indeed improve your chances, but we will delve into that further in a later discussion. By now, you may be feeling discouraged and wondering why we have been focusing on the difficulties of reconciliation. The purpose of this is simply to emphasize that getting back with your ex will not be a walk in the park. However, all is not lost. You still have a chance to win back your former partner, and this book is a crucial tool to help you achieve that goal. It is often advised to follow your heart when trying to regain the love of someone, and while that is a good start, it is not enough. Reconciliation should be approached as an objective to be achieved. Having a goal is just the first step. The next step is to develop a plan of action. This means considering all options, weighing the pros and cons, and carefully planning each move. Timing is crucial, and you should be familiar with the do's and don'ts of winning back your ex. It's also important to listen to the advice of experts and maintain a positive attitude throughout the process. If you are unwilling to compromise and adopt a stubborn, egoistic approach, this book will not be of much help to you. In such a case, no one or nothing can assist you in your endeavor, as you are not open to receiving help. Before embarking on this journey, you must ask yourself 3 crucial questions. 1. Do you still have feelings for your ex? 2. Are you willing to keep an open mind and be flexible in your approach to reconciliation? 3. Do you have faith in yourself and your ability to win back your ex? If you answered yes to all of these questions, then you are in the best position to get your ex back. And it all begins the moment you turn to the next page. Chapter 2. What caused the breakup? Synopsis. The cause and effect approach is a popular method for solving problems, and breakups are no exception. To effectively address any problem, it is crucial to first identify its root cause. In the case of a breakup, start by determining the reason behind it and consider writing it down for future reference. Factors to consider when determining the cause of a breakup. Although the title of this section may seem like it belongs in a scholarly paper, that's not a bad thing. Analyzing a failed relationship can be a painful experience, but it's necessary in order to move forward and learn from past mistakes to eventually get back together with your ex in a lasting way. Honesty. Determining the root cause of a breakup is crucial for success in reconciling. When emotions are high and you are too involved, It can be difficult to be objective about what led to the breakup. This process is not about placing blame, but rather being honest about the true cause of the breakup and considering what can be done differently in the future. Both partners have a role to play, and it's important to be honest about their responsibilities while maintaining a positive outlook. Approach your goals and strategies with a positive outlook. Instead of focusing on what you will be giving up, frame it in a way that highlights the benefits for your relationship. For example, instead of saying you will spend less time working to focus on your partner, you can say you will spend more time with your partner to show that you care. This way, both you and your partner can avoid hurtful language and read between the lines to understand each other's perspectives. Similarly, instead of saying your partner will refrain from treating you with disrespect, you can say your partner will be more sensitive about your feelings. Be honest while being tactful. Closure. In the case of a one-sided breakup, it's important to first find closure if you are the one left confused and hurt. If your ex is willing, they can help you in this process. But if not, you have two options. Try to determine the reason for the breakup on your own, or simply move on. It's crucial to avoid making negative assumptions about your ex, as it sets a negative tone for reconciliation efforts. Chapter 3. Figure out if you truly want your ex back. Synopsis. Keep in mind that just because you still love your ex, it doesn't automatically mean that getting back together is the right decision. There are right and wrong reasons for reuniting with an ex, and it's important to consider these before moving forward. Time to think. Some relationships have the potential to last and improve with time, while others are not meant to be or are better off left in the past. In this chapter, you will determine if your motivations for reconciliation will enhance or harm your chances of winning back your ex. You still love your ex. This is an ideal motivation for attempting to reconcile with your ex. Ultimately, the end result is not as important as putting forth your best effort. If it still doesn't work out, at least you will have peace of mind knowing you did everything in your power to bring your former partner back into your life, and won't be plagued with what-if questions about what more you could have done. You are guilty about the past. Reconciling with an ex due to feelings of guilt is not a wise decision, as it can lead to further heartbreak. If the love is not present, it's better to let time and forgiveness ease the guilt rather than trying to get the person back. You want to try again. It's not the strongest reason, but it's not a terrible reason either to try and get back with your ex. Love may have faded, but there is still the possibility of rekindling that spark on a second try. However, if this is the motivation for reconciliation, it's important to be truthful and not make any false promises about your intentions. Dishonesty will only create confusion and mistrust between you and your ex, and it's not a reliable foundation for any relationship. You are guilty about the present. It is understandable to feel guilty when you hear about your ex struggling, but that alone is not a valid reason to reconcile. Before considering getting back together, it is important to evaluate if it is companionship, a desire to apologize, or a genuine hope for a second chance at love that is driving the desire to reconnect. You are lonely. Happy and fulfilled as well? Chances are it will only lead to further heartbreak and disappointment for both of you. Instead of using your ex as a temporary solution for your loneliness, try to address the root cause of it and work on finding happiness within yourself. It may not be the most commendable reason for reuniting with your ex, but loneliness is not the best motivator either. If your main objective is to fill a void of loneliness, it can be considered a self-centered act. Reconciling may bring you temporary comfort, but how would your ex feel if they were to find out the true reason for your reunion? It's important to assess your intentions and desires and make a decision that aligns with both your heart and mind. Synopsis. It's unlikely that begging and nagging has ever worked for you in the past, especially with anyone other than your parents when you were young. As you grew older, your parents became more resistant to your begging and were better equipped to say no to you. Begging will get you nowhere. The idea of begging might have worked for you when you were a child and your parents were your only concern. However, as you grew older, they became immune to your pleas and learned to say no to you. The same applies when you try to beg your ex to take you back after a breakup. This approach can only lead to more problems in the future, and it's better to avoid it in favor of a healthier reconciliation. Your ex will think of you as a charity case. In simple terms, begging means begging for something as a gift or a favor. This is why begging is one of the worst methods of trying to get your ex back. Asking your ex to do you the favor of taking you back makes you look like a pitiful charity case. Getting your ex back by begging is not an ideal method and can lead to a relationship that is not built on a solid foundation. If your ex agrees to take you back out of pity or guilt, the relationship will not have a healthy dynamic, and both partners will likely feel trapped in the relationship rather than happy to be together. In the long run, this type of relationship is unlikely to last. You will always question your partner's motives for taking you back. When your ex takes you back after your persistent begging, you may wonder if they did so out of love and not being able to imagine life without you, or if it was simply out of guilt and pity. Constantly questioning the motives behind someone's actions can take a toll on one's self-esteem and confidence. If you believe that your ex only took you back out of guilt and pity, it's likely that you won't have the same level of respect or admiration for them as before. This can lead to a loss of attraction between you and your ex, especially if you feel that their feelings for you are not genuine. You both feel weak and manipulated. Begging undermines the strength of both parties involved. By resorting to begging to regain your ex's affection, you demonstrate a lack of confidence and weakness. On the other hand, if your ex gives in to your pleading, they too will show a lack of strength. Strong relationships are constructed between two individuals who are both self-assured and secure, not between two people who are perceived as weak. When a relationship is founded on weakness, it's unlikely to survive over the long term. If it does fall apart, it can be challenging to mend it, and trying a second time is often a significant accomplishment. A third attempt, however, is essentially a death knell for the relationship. The foolproof solution. Instead of resorting to begging and pestering, it's important to find a more effective way to reconnect with your ex. Showing confidence and strength by demonstrating what they've been missing can be a good start. This approach can be more powerful than pleading and haranguing. Demonstrate to your ex that you have grown and changed since the breakup, and that you are capable of being a better partner. Give them the time and space they need, and when the opportunity arises, step up and show them that you are dedicated to meeting their needs and fulfilling their expectations. By displaying confidence and being assertive, you are exhibiting proactivity and taking control of your situation, which can increase your attractiveness to your ex. In contrast, begging is a sign of weakness, and showing your strength can remind your ex of the qualities that initially drew them to you. This can lead to a more genuine and fulfilling relationship than before. Chapter 5. Don't Play Games. Synopsis. Bringing back your love lost is a difficult task, especially if you have been in a long-term relationship. After the breakup, you might look for someone to fill the void or do everything you can to get your ex back quickly. If you are the one who wants your former partner back, this article will help guide you in your journey to win them back. Be serious. If you and your significant other are playing around and engaging in casual relationships, it's not surprising that you've broken up. This is a common experience for many people today, whether it's a guy having multiple girlfriends or vice versa. Research has indicated that these types of relationships rarely result in lasting relationships. Don't play games. Now, if you want to have a second chance out of the relationship you had with your ex, you must make sure that you do not play games anymore. Also, if you discover that your ex is playing games with you, then control the situation and don't let the situation get over your head. This is one good way of ensuring that you win her love and affection for the second time around. It is truly not as easy as it seems, but if you have determination, then you will get through it easily. Sincerity and honesty. To get your ex back and move forward in your relationship, it is important to be sincere and honest in your actions and words. This will demonstrate to them your genuine desire to reconnect and prove that you are the best partner they have ever had. Engaging in jealousy-provoking behavior such as flirting with others is a common tactic used by couples in an attempt to make their partner jealous. However, this kind of behavior can often backfire and lead to a deterioration of the relationship. The constant playing of games to win someone's affection can result in the loss of love and care for each other, rather than a strengthened bond. Effort and commitment to the cause. To win back the love of your ex, it's essential to demonstrate effort and dedication. It's possible that your ex left you due to perceived shortcomings on your part. To win them back, you need to show them that you're willing to put in the effort to meet their needs and wants. By showing your commitment and putting forth the effort, you can demonstrate that you're serious about rekindling the relationship. Chapter 6. Don't say you've changed, show it. Synopsis. Going through a breakup is one of life's most challenging experiences. The heartache can be so intense that the emotional pain seems to take a physical toll on you. Your heart feels shattered and it feels like your entire world is falling apart. Although time can heal the wound, the heartbreak will always leave a mark on you for the rest of your life. Faith. Relationships come to an end for a reason. It's not just because the love is gone or the happiness has faded away. There must be a problem that is causing the relationship to falter, such as frequent fights, broken promises, nagging, lying, lack of respect, or unmet emotional and physical needs. So many what ifs. But what if you are the one who has been dumped and you are still in love with your ex? What if you were unaware of their unhappiness due to your actions? What if all you want for them is to give you a second chance? When trying to win back your ex, it's crucial to start by examining what led to the breakup. This can be a difficult process, especially if you need to admit your own mistakes. Before reaching out to your ex, it's important to acknowledge your own shortcomings and apologize for them. Only then can you confront the issues that ended the relationship and work towards a resolution. To win back your ex, it is crucial to reflect on your past behavior and acknowledge any mistakes you made in the relationship. Ask yourself if you were untruthful, unfaithful, abusive, or disrespected your partner. Are you prepared to make changes to rectify these issues and save the relationship? Saying I'm sorry is a start, but it takes more effort to truly seek forgiveness and earn back trust. Proving that you are sorry is just as crucial as saying it. Demonstrating to your ex that you've made changes is commendable, but it's equally important to convince yourself first. Your ex will be able to detect if your apologies are sincere or not. To win back the heart of your ex, it's crucial to understand the root cause of your negative behavior in the past relationship. Why did you lie, cheat, or become abusive? Once you've identified the reasons, focus on self-improvement. If you're not content with yourself, it's impossible to be truly happy in a relationship. When you have addressed and resolved your own shortcomings, you can then approach your ex and express your desire for another chance. Demonstrate to them that you have changed and will no longer repeat the actions that led to the breakup. Actions always speak louder than words. Make sure to keep the promises you make, as people often revert to their old habits after a temporary change. This will only lead to another breakup in the future. Chapter 7: The Art of Apologizing. Synopsis. It's common for people to make jokes about their exes, but it's important to recognize that these jokes are often only partially in jest. While there may be various factors, both internal and external, that contribute to the breakdown of a relationship, these should never be used as an excuse to end things with someone they love. Making the perfect apology for you to win your ex back. Initially, after a breakup, individuals may experience a mix of both negative and positive emotions. Some may even believe that there are better opportunities out there and regret ever being with their ex. However, eventually, they come to appreciate their ex's value and make an effort to reconnect with them. This often leads to desperate attempts to reignite their love for each other. More frequently, after a breakup, couples reunite and come back together as improved individuals. This often results in a stronger relationship, but prior to this, apologies must be made. It is considered appropriate for men to take the initiative and apologize to women, demonstrating their commitment and sincerity. If you want to make the perfect apology to your partner, here are some suggestions on how to do so. Don't be too cheesy. Take it easy. At times, men struggle with finding the right words to say when making apologies to women. Some are successful in delivering a heartfelt apology, while others may come across as insincere or cheesy. When a man apologizes to a woman, it's important to not just focus on using sweet words, but to genuinely mean what you are saying. If you're trying to win back your ex, make sure your apology is heartfelt and sincere, rather than sounding overly contrived or insincere. Be sincere. When it comes to making an apology to your ex, it's important to think about what actions you can take to show your sincerity. Bringing flowers and chocolates is a traditional gesture that can make a positive impression. But what really matters is the thought behind the gift. Be mindful not to sound insincere or too cheesy in your apology, and make sure to apologize when you truly mean it. A heartfelt apology from the heart can go a long way in winning back the love and affection of your ex. Bring some flowers. The final aspect to take into account when apologizing is to offer a bouquet of flowers and some chocolates. Women have always cherished receiving flowers from the men they care about. The flowers don't have to be the most pricey or stunning. As long as they appear presentable and, most importantly, come straight from your heart, they will suffice. Rekindle your ex's love and affection by making a sincere apology as soon as possible. Chapter 8: Learn to let go of the past. Synopsis. One can become so fixated on past experiences that it becomes difficult to progress. A wise person once noted that being content with oneself is essential for being content with someone else. This simple truth can be hard to accept when one finds themselves alone and realizes too late the importance of self-happiness. Forget it. If one is constantly going from one relationship to another, they are likely approaching relationships in the wrong way. A lot of people who struggle with relationships still hold on to their past experiences, which affects their present. For instance, if a person has been cheated on or lied to in a past relationship, they might start having doubts about their current partner, even if there's no reason to. This can lead to a lack of communication and putting up walls, causing the partner to lose interest and eventually leaving. To avoid this, it's important to let go of the past and focus on the present relationship. It's essential to work through past traumas and trust issues in order to move forward and build a strong foundation for the current relationship. Communication is key in any relationship, and it's important to be open and honest with your partner. By letting go of the past, you can allow yourself to be fully present and engage in the relationship with a fresh perspective. This will help build a strong, healthy, and lasting relationship. So don't let your past dictate your present and future relationships. Instead, work on letting go and embracing the present to create a bright future for yourself and your partner. The lesson here is simple. Let go of the past and release the burden of old wounds and hurt. Don't let past experiences define your present or future. Practice self-forgiveness and forgive those who caused you pain. Holding on to fear and insecurity will prevent you from moving forward in life and relationships. But then, let it all go. Move forward and open yourself up to the possibilities of new love and new happiness. Don't let your past experiences hold you back from finding joy in the present and future. Embrace the present moment and trust that things will work out for the best. Allow yourself to love and be loved again. Do what needs to be done and let go of the negativity that is holding you back. Say goodbye to it and embrace the happiness that you deserve, along with your partner. If you don't find contentment within yourself, it will be hard to find it with others. It's important to remember that you are exactly where you're meant to be, and dwelling on the past serves no purpose. Embrace the present and move forward. Chapter 9. The Art of Communication. Synopsis. Even after a relationship has ended, maintaining open communication with your ex is crucial, especially if there are children or shared assets involved. 8 important tips that will improve your communication with your ex. Instead of focusing on negative thoughts and mentally attacking your partner during every interaction, try following these tips to make communication easier and less stressful. This will make your life more relaxed and enjoyable. Tip number 1. Smile. This is a scientifically proven fact. Even if you don't feel happy, simply smiling can actually boost your mood. If you smile while communicating with your ex, it can help to diffuse any tension in the situation. In ancient times, warring tribes would shake hands to signal they had come in peace. Similarly, wearing a smile during interactions with your ex can lighten the atmosphere and make the conversation smoother. Tip number 2. Do not talk about money. The old saying, "Money is the root of all evil," holds true when it comes to communicating with an ex, as money often becomes the source of disagreements between couples. Avoid discussing financial matters, particularly when it comes to shared assets and children. Disputes over payment should be minimized, if not avoided altogether. Tip number 3. Do not engage. Avoid falling for provocations. If conflicts are unavoidable, be savvy enough to keep your emotions in check so that your partner cannot trigger them. Refrain from getting involved. Remember that the conversation may not be genuine, but rather a power play. The only way to come out ahead is to not engage in it at all. Tip number 4. Make plans. Preparing in advance and practicing your talking points will lead to a clearer and more productive conversation. Craft a script and simplify your requests or statements to be straightforward and to the point. This will help you steer the conversation and stay on track. Tip number 5. Slow down. Instead of counting to 10, train yourself to slow your reactions in difficult situations. It's natural to feel the urge to lash out physically in response to conflicts, but it's important to remember that you are an adult and should never resort to physical violence. Keep your hands at your side, take a deep breath, and let the rational part of your brain take over. Tip number 6. Use your knowledge and calculate. At one point, you were with this person 24/7 and are likely familiar with their personality and behavior. Leverage this knowledge to your advantage. Observe their responses and determine what makes them rational and reasonable. Avoid exploiting their vulnerabilities with the intention of causing them harm or bringing them down, as this will only escalate the situation. Tip number 7. Forget the past, focus on the future. Revisiting the past will only lead to negative outcomes for both of you, so it's best to leave it behind. Focus on the present and plan for the future. Each of you has your own recollection of past events, and dwelling on them will only bring back unpleasant memories. Instead of rehashing old problems, work on correcting past mistakes and move forward. Tip number 8, just face the undeniable truths and facts. Many relationships crumble and remain broken because either one or both individuals refuse to confront the reality of the situation. If you desire to rekindle your relationship with your ex, you need to confront your feelings and acknowledge that you love them and want them back. Embrace this fact and focus on it, accepting your love for them and your desire to have them back in your life. Wrapping up, when is it time to let them go? The emotions associated with love can be incredibly powerful, often leading to great heartache when a relationship doesn't succeed, especially for couples. Despite the fact that many relationships fail for a variety of reasons, it can be challenging to move on from someone you've had strong feelings for. However, with time, the process of letting go becomes more manageable. Changing your way of thinking. It is natural to struggle with letting go of someone when you have lingering feelings for them, especially after investing time, trust, and a significant part of your heart into the relationship. To successfully move on, it is important to shift your perspective on the person and accept them for who they truly are, rather than holding on to an idealized version of them in your mind. This can be a crucial step in the process of letting go. If your relationship ended due to deception, lies, or a lack of feelings from your partner, it is important to acknowledge that this is not a healthy dynamic. This can lead to feelings of anger and confusion, making it difficult to move on. However, it is important to keep in mind that letting go of your ex is challenging, but not impossible. With time and effort, it can be done. Letting go or moving forward does not necessarily mean that you need to completely suppress your feelings for your ex. You can still care for them and wish them well in life. It is crucial to have faith in yourself and recognize that everyone has immense potential, and love can provide us with opportunities to unlock it. It is important to take time to heal and process the emotions that come with ending a relationship. With time, you may find yourself open to the possibility of love again and move forward in a new and healthier relationship. Life goes on. Although you may have been in a long-term, exclusive relationship that made it feel like no one else existed, it's important to acknowledge that there are other people around you. It may take some time, but eventually you will meet someone new. We all have expectations and plans for our lives, but sometimes life throws us unexpected challenges, like a breakup, to mix things up. Studies indicate that many individuals date multiple partners before eventually finding their soulmate, with 20% or more having several chances to do so. It is important to maintain a positive outlook and focus on the silver lining of the situation. A hopeful perspective can hasten the healing process. Perhaps you've been freed from a difficult relationship and now have the opportunity to find someone who is a better match for you. Recover your independence. If you have the means and resources, you can take a trip someplace since a different scenery will help you feel refreshed. Interact with other people so you distract yourself. You can share stories and engage in fun activities like going to parties or spending the day at the beach. Set aside some alone time and encourage yourself to adapt an independent attitude, because if you can't appreciate your own company, no one else will. Recover your independence. If you have the means and resources, consider taking a trip to a new location to experience a change of scenery and feel refreshed. Engaging with other people and participating in fun activities such as going to parties or spending a day at the beach can serve as a distraction. Make sure to also set aside time for yourself and cultivate a sense of independence. Remember, if you don't appreciate your own company, it's unlikely that anyone else will. Traveling to a new destination, if possible, can be rejuvenating and provide a change of scenery. By interacting with others and participating in enjoyable activities such as parties or beach outings, you can effectively distract yourself. Additionally, it's important to make time for solitude and foster a sense of self-sufficiency. If you can't enjoy your own company, it's unlikely that anyone else will. Get rid of sentimental mementos. Clearing out any sentimental items that bring back memories of your ex is crucial in your journey towards moving on. This includes photos, stuffed animals, movie tickets, and notes, which should be stored away. Although it may be painful, it is also liberating. This does not necessarily mean that you need to get rid of everything that your ex ever gave you, as you may want to keep these mementos as memories in the future. Once you have moved on, you can take them out and reminisce about the good times. This has been Winning Your Ex Back, the ultimate guide to rekindling attraction. Written by Sage P. Narrated by Grace Cecilio. Copyright 2023 by Sage P. Production copyright by Sage P.